Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there was a young princess named Isabella. She was kind and brave, but she was also very lonely. She had many friends, but none of them were as close to her heart as she wished. One day, while she was walking in the palace gardens, she met a handsome prince named Alexander. They talked for hours about everything under the sun, and Isabella felt as if she had finally found someone who understood her. Over the next few weeks, Isabella and Alexander spent all their time together, exploring the kingdom, picnicking by the lake, and telling each other their deepest secrets. They laughed and talked and danced, and Isabella felt happier than she had ever been before. But then, one day, Alexander had to leave. He was a prince of another kingdom, and he had to return to his duties. Isabella was heartbroken, but Alexander promised to come back soon. Months passed, and Isabella missed Alexander more and more each day. She spent all her time in the gardens, thinking of him and hoping he would return. One day, while she was walking among the roses, she saw a bird with a note tied to its leg. She opened the note, and her heart leaped with joy. It was from Alexander, telling her that he was coming back to see her. When Alexander arrived, Isabella was overjoyed. They spent all their time together again, but this time things were different. They had both realized that they were in love with each other. As they strolled through the gardens, hand in hand, Alexander got down to one knee and asked Isabella to be his wife. Isabella said yes, and they embraced, knowing that they would never have to be apart again. The wedding was the most beautiful event in the kingdom's history. The sun shone brightly, and the flowers were in the full bloom. Isabella and Alexander exchanged vows in front of all their friends and family, promising to live each other forever. After the wedding, Isabella and Alexander moved to Alexander's kingdom, where they ruled together as king and queen. They had many children and grandchildren, but they always remembered the day they met in the gardens and fell in love. Years passed, and Isabella and Alexander grew old together. They still loved each other just as much as they did when they first met, and they were grateful with every moment they had together. One day, as they sat together in the gardens, watching the sunset, Alexander took Isabella's hand and whispered, "I love you more than anything in the world." Isabella smiled and whispered back, "And I love you more than everything in the world." And so Isabella and Alexander lived happily ever after, knowing that their love was the most beautiful thing in the world.